I never thought silence could weigh this much. It's been 8 months since I walked out of the home I built with Sarah. 8 months since I packed my clothes in a rush, my hands trembling as her phone screen burned its truth into my memory. Text after text, photos that didn't belong in a married woman's phone, and a voice message that I will never unhear. She said my name like it was a burden. She said he made her feel alive, that our marriage was comfort, not passion. That night I didn't scream. I didn't throw her clothes out the window or smash a single dish. Just left. Because how do you fight for something that was already given away? I remember sitting in my car, parked 3 streets down, gripping the steering wheel until my knuckles turned white. My phone buzzed with her messages, at first frantic, then pleading, then cold. I never replied. I thought that was strength. But here's the thing about silence. It doesn't heal you. Preserves the wound. I built a new life, or at least the outline of one. I rented a 1-bedroom apartment, focused on my work, avoided mutual friends. I told everyone we had grown apart. It was easier than telling them the truth, that my wife of 7 years had found someone more exciting, more spontaneous, more. Not me. I never filed for divorce. Couldn't explain why. Maybe part of me wanted her to feel that tether still there. Maybe part of me wanted to see if she'd try to fix what she broke. I didn't. Until last Tuesday. It was late. I had just finished a late-night grocery run, arms full of plastic bags when I heard her name. Sarah. It was faint, coming from a car radio as I passed a black sedan parked under the flickering street lamp. Froze. Memorial service will be held this Friday at St. Mark's. My heart lurched. Memorial service. For who? I inched closer, pretending to tie my shoelace, and caught the rest. Friends and colleagues remember Daniel Harper as a generous mentor and loving father. His partner, Sarah Mitchell, has requested privacy during this difficult time. Daniel Harper, her lover, the man whose texts I read that night. He was dead. I barely slept that night. I lay in bed staring at the ceiling, my mind replaying their messages, their plans, their whispered jokes about me. And now he was gone. A selfish part of me felt something dark. Asterisk relief. Asterisk no. Not quite. But something close. Then a heavier thought. Would she reach out to me now? Would she expect me to comfort her? I told myself I didn't care. But when Friday came, I found myself parked across from St. Mark's, hidden behind tinted windows, watching people in black stream inside. And then I saw her. Sarah, in a black dress, her face pale, her shoulders shaking as 2 women flanked her. She looked older, thinner, broken. For a moment my chest tightened. Despite everything, I remembered the woman I once loved. The way she'd curl up beside me on rainy mornings, the way she'd whisper, "We're going to make it through anything." But then her eyes met mine across the street. She froze. And in that split second I knew, she hadn't erased me. I was still there, somewhere, haunting the edges of her life. 2 days later I heard the knock. I opened the door to find her standing there, clutching her purse like it might shield her from my gaze. "Hi," she whispered. I didn't move. "What do you want, Sarah?" She looked down, swallowed hard. "Can I come in?" I hesitated, then stepped aside. The apartment suddenly felt too small, too full of unspoken words. She stood by the window, not sitting, not taking off her coat. "I didn't think you'd come," I said finally. "I didn't think you'd be at the funeral," she said. "I wasn't at the funeral." Her lips pressed together. "You looked like a ghost out there. Funny. That's what you made me feel like." She flinched. Silence stretched between us like a taut wire. Finally she spoke. "I'm sorry." I laughed, a dry, bitter sound. "For what? For cheating? For lying? Or for getting caught?" Her eyes welled up. "For everything. For thinking he was my future. For throwing you away like you didn't matter." I turned away. "Don't do this now. Don't rewrite history just because he's gone." "I'm not rewriting it," she said, voice cracking. "I'm facing it. You were good to me, and I betrayed that. I thought I wanted passion, but what I really wanted was to feel seen. And seen. I spun around. I was right there, Sarah. Every damn day. You just stopped looking. She started crying then, quiet, shaking sobs. I hated that I still wanted to hold her, to comfort her, to take away that pain even though she was the one who put it in me first. I don't expect forgiveness, she whispered. I keep thinking about how I ended things. How I erased you like you were nothing. And you stayed silent. That hurt me more than if you'd screamed. That was the point. She nodded, tears sliding down her cheeks. I know. And it worked. We talked for hours. About how it started. How it ended. How he died, sudden heart attack in his sleep. About the things she lost. The people who turned their backs on her when the affair became public at work. And somewhere between the anger and the confessions, I felt the strangest thing. Closure creeping in like dawn through heavy curtains. She didn't ask to come back. I didn't offer. We were two people standing in the wreckage of what they built, both realizing it couldn't be rebuilt the same way. But before she left, she asked, "Will you ever stop hating me?" I looked at her, really looked at her, and said, "I don't hate you. I hate what you did. And maybe that's worse." That night, I sat alone at the kitchen table, staring at the untouched tea she left behind. I realized something. My silence had been a prison for both of us. I thought I was punishing her, but I was really just freezing time, keeping us both trapped in the night of her betrayal. Now, with the truth spoken, the ice cracked. A month later, I filed for divorce. She didn't fight it. The papers arrived in a plain envelope, the ink still smelling fresh. And for the first time in months, I felt like I could breathe. Sometimes, healing doesn't come from getting answers. Comes from finally letting go of the questions. I saw Sarah one more time after that, by accident, at a cafe downtown. She was laughing with a friend, her hair a little longer. Her face still carrying the sadness of a woman who learned too late what she lost. She caught my eye, and we exchanged a nod. Not of lovers, not even of friends, but of two people who once shared a life and now share a scar. And as I walked away, I realized something. I had kept quiet because I thought she'd erased me. But in truth, I had erased myself, waiting for a closure that only I could give. And now, finally, I did.